and welcome to Llama Talks podcast. Today we're going to be talking about global warming and beaches because they sort of link together.
In many ways.
Many ways, because the beach is hot and guess what global warming is? It's also hot.
Well, not necessarily, because global warming can cause blizzards and...
Can it?
Yeah, the thing with global warming is it provides more energy in the atmosphere, so it can cause, although it doesn't make it colder, it can cause the wind. So cold's not a problem if it's not windy, really, because it's just cold.
Yeah.
It can cause more extreme weather, so it can cause hurricanes and...
I think today, I'm not sure, well, not to the day that we release it, but yesterday, I think today is one of the hottest days of the year. It's like the hottest day we've had in Britain for a while.
It is. We're recording this on Thursday. Yesterday for you guys, and it is very, very hot. I don't know what it's going to be like tomorrow. It might be raining.
What we're doing with me and my family is we're like having the morning in the garden, and then coming inside during peak hours of the day because it's just too hot to be outside. And then in the evening at about 4 or 5, when it starts to cool down a bit again, then we go outside and enjoy the sun a bit. Because right now, I walk in the sun for like 5 minutes, I'm already sweating. It's crazy.
Yeah, I had to cut some bits of wood for a project I'm working on, and I came back in like when you can feel your entire body's just covered in a layer of water.
Yeah.
And it's not because you've had a shower.
Yeah.
It's all sticky and horrible.
But lots of people have been flocking to the beaches, as the news stations say. And have you seen the litter they are leaving? Like, because we live near the coast, and our beaches. And our main beach, there's surf cams because for like obviously when it was not a pandemic, surfers would check it and they could go and see whether it's worth getting ready to go surfing or not. And I checked it for today and it's just jam-packed. It's so there's so many people. It's crazy.
I haven't been to the beach, but we have a harbour near us, and I sail in it frequently. And whenever we go down, the boat park is just covered with people inflating stand-up paddle boards, setting up sailing boats, setting up windsurf, anything you can sail, paddle on the water. Just generally swimming, having a laugh, and it's good, but I mean, I haven't seen it afterwards, the aftermath of the main busy day.
It's alright going to the beach as long as you social distance and stuff, which when I looked on the cams, they were not 2 meters apart, I tell you. But just pick up the litter.
Yeah, it's just not worth it.
It's such a beautiful place, and if the sea comes up, that's going to kill fishies. And we don't need any more plastic in the ocean, believe me.
No, it's awful. Though I do have a funny story with litter. We were sailing along.
It's a serious podcast, no laughing.
No,
yeah.
Okay.
No, you can tell your story.
Okay, it was we saw a milk bottle floating in the water, and
did it have milk in it?
No, it was empty. So
then how did you know it was a milk bottle?
It looked like a milk bottle.
So you don't know? It could have been a water bottle that looked like a milk bottle.
It could have been. Anyway, I saw it floating, and I was like, oh, we should pick that up and take it to the bin so it's not in the water. And we did the not amazing man overboard drill, but except for a bottle. And I took it upwind into it, and we missed it, and so we sailed off. And I was gonna come back for it, but Dad said it's fine. We'll get it on the way back down. So on the way, we went up a little way up the harbour, came back down and tried again. And we got it. And Dad grabbed hold of it and went, it's a boy. It wasn't a milk bottle. It was a boy, like one of the floaty things, not like a person. It was somebody's mooring, we think, or a marker or some kind. So we left it that where it was and hoped that we hadn't pulled it up from the seafloor.
Yeah. So yeah, did you actually pull up the buoy, like pull it out of the water?
No, I don't know. Dad just went, "Oop, that's not a bottle, it's a buoy." Somebody obviously got a milk bottle, tied it to a rope, whatever, and sunk something on the other end.
Oh, we don't know it's a milk bottle. I'm having lots of voice cracks today, and I don't like it. I really don't like it. That's like the second one in like 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, exciting news! We forgot to say about this. We are setting up a Discord Llama Talks podcast thing.
It should, hopefully, if I can get the link to Llama by the time tomorrow's episode is up, or today's episode for
It
you,
will be down
it will be in the
description.
If not, it should be there next week. So go check that out. You can send ideas for topics to talk about, and
yeah, and trust me, we need topics.
Yeah. I'm currently in the process of setting it up. I've never done it before, so don't bully me if it's set up badly.
Yes, do not bully Sparrow. Yes, it is one of the hottest days ever in the British country. I don't know why I said it like that, but
it is pretty hot here.
Yeah, do you want to know probably what that links to quite a bit? And plastic in the ocean. Yay! A topic that's talked a lot about, and some people are probably like, "Oh, I don't want to hear more about global warming."
But
if you don't want to hear about it, then fix it.
The daft thing is, there's so many ways to fix it. Like, it's just a matter of people actually getting off their butts and doing it. And I'm not saying I'm innocent in this either, but
no,
it is.
But you cycle a lot of places.
I do.
Like I
before the
get
lockdown,
driven
I used
into
to
school.
cycle.
You cycle to school though.
I cycle to school pretty much every day, unless it's like I'm feeling sick or something.
Yeah.
In which case, I mean, clearly, I haven't been into school and feeling sick since the lockdown started, and since they gave advice. We've been sticking to the proper guidelines.
Guidelines. Yes. We all love those guidelines. They keep us safe. Right, there you go.
You've got your speak.
Yes, you can.
Because you're English.
But I don't know why.
I actually have literally no clue how long we've been going for.
No idea. But I think one way that I think I saw an advert when I was watching YouTube earlier, and it's like this machine that you carry around with you. It's like in a suitcase. And it's like a weird little robot, and it absorbs CO2 when you walk around.
That's kind of cool. I saw. I have a book.
But then I just want to say
useless inventions, and one of the things in that. So it was a while ago. Somebody invented a greenhouse helmet. There's a big helmet that's like twice the size of an average head, and all around the inside is little plants. And the idea is that it's sealed tight, and the plants will produce oxygen as fast as you're changing it into carbon dioxide. And it had a little window that you could open and eat and then shut it again.
That's cool.
It didn't work because you'd need a lot more plants than that. So
yeah. Plus, what happens if you fell over? You just get soil in your face. If you accidentally tripped and stumbled, you'd just be like,
and plants
and... Yeah.
Not a good idea. Though we do need more plants generally in the world.
Yeah. What I was saying about the invention, like the suitcase that absorbs it, is like, yeah, it's a good idea. But people aren't going to want to carry around like a suitcase with solar panels on them and a little robot thing.
No. I have seen some more practical and some less practical solutions.
Yeah. I think we talked about it in episode 3 with Panda, how Elon Musk donated money to something, or like a university, and they were planning to build like a giant tube that goes up into space where they can get carbon dioxide and just shoot it out into space and be like, bye-bye.
The problem is there's lots of solutions like that which are all very well and good, but they're only good when you stop producing it, because it's not a sustainable way of removing CO2. It's good when you get to a stage where you're not producing as much CO2 anymore. We can do that to help the Earth recover, but it's no good if we're still producing as much as it's getting rid of.
Yeah.
because it's just not really very practical. Though it is a very Elon Musk thing to want to.
Yeah, but how cool would that be? You're just like rolling up to university and you just see like, well, obviously the space thing wouldn't be at the university. That's a bit silly. You're going off to like near, I don't know where you're near NASA or wherever.
It'll probably be near a set of big factories, which sounds really weird, but they're the ones that produce CO2. So there'll be a higher CO2 concentration near the factories. So then you can pump it straight out of where it's in high concentration.
Yeah, but I don't think they build it around any buildings because it's, a giant tower that goes into space.
No, I know. The idea is actually very clever because spinning things pull themselves outwards. Because so if you build a tall enough thing, in theory, you can get it to weigh nothing.
Oh, that's cool.
Because it's pulling itself out with as much force as the Earth's pulling in, so it doesn't really weigh a lot. You would never be able to get it to weigh exactly nothing. If you built it too big, it would just fly out. So you'd want to build it so it weighed something, but you could get it to weigh a lot less than you needed to, and it could go properly out to like the moon almost.
But how many materials would that take?
No, it's not practical. You'd be better building it less high. But I can't exactly remember, and if I'm wrong, please tell me. But
you're wrong. I just like to say you're wrong.
I'm a terrible friend. I saw something somewhere. The tower would have to be almost to the moon, else it just wouldn't be able to support itself or something. I don't know. You know, like when you see something and you don't really remember, you kind of vaguely retain it, but not properly.
How we've gone from global warming and litter to the beaches to this.
Space.
I mean, it is still global warming. It's about just shooting out the CO2. But then what if you go into space and there's just a bunch of CO2 and then you die because you breathed in CO2? That's the biggest problem. That's not how space works.
I think your biggest
there's
problem...
There's nothing to breathe in. It's just a vacuum.
Water has a tendency to boil, freeze, and stay liquid at the exact same time, and it doesn't really go very well. And that's your eyes are mostly water, so you can picture the rest.
How long do you reckon this episode is? Do you reckon it's time?
I don't know. I think a little bit longer.
Yeah. Well, I just want to go back to litter at the beaches. Please pick up your litter because that most of it, if it wasn't for like volunteers going down to the beach and like picking it up, that would be washed into the sea. And just think about all the little fishies. Just think about the fish you're going to kill, and turtles. And I mean, we don't have turtles in Britain, but the wave thing, I don't know what it's called.
But
it called, Sparrow? The currents.
Yeah.
Will take
it will end up
into the like Mediterranean. I don't know. No, not the Mediterranean. But there's a giant place where it's just an island
of garbage,
trash, because like that's where all of the seas sort of go to.
It's like it's where all the currents kind of swirl around. It's just it's to do with the moon, I think. It's the tides. I'm not sure where the currents come from.
I never understand how the moon, like people are like, moon affects tides, and I'm like, how?
Because it has a gravity, it pulls the water towards it. So it's like, I'm showing llama, but I know you guys can't see that.
Yeah.
But
I kind of understand it. It just seems like I know how it works, but it's like when someone explains something to you and you're like, oh, that's how it works. But it still seems magical. Like when you're like, oh yeah, gravity, it's like pulls you down, gravity pulls you down. Yeah, but how does gravity actually pull you down? Like, what's going on? It just seems like a bit...
It's one of those things where you can say why forever. Like, you could...
Yeah.
That's
because, like, schools, like,
it's,
like, uplift and, like... Because there's, like, equal forces to stop just going down into the floor. And it's like, yeah, but how do the forces work? Like, what's going on there? It's just... But if you know everything, life's going to be boring. Life with a little bit of mystery.
there is a theory that there's an equation that basically lets you work out anything and everything. It's how every single particle reacts with every other single particle. And if you could work that out, then you take an atom, and from that atom you can work out exactly where everything else is in the universe, and where everything else will be for the rest of the future. Clearly, even if we don't know it, we're nowhere near knowing, I don't think. But
Albert Einstein worked on it for 30 years. That was his last scientific goal, but he died before he could finish it.
I think even if we did find it, it wouldn't be practical because the time it would take us just to work out enough information to work out exactly what was going to happen.
The sun would have already exploded
on Earth in one split second of time. We would all be dead. So, and that's just to work out how one room would happen, exactly where everything is. So and you'd need to work out where an entire galaxy was to get that or something. It'd be one of those things where you can't take a small section of it. You'd have to do the entire thing. I feel. I could be wrong. I don't know, but.
I mean, I haven't really looked into it because there's nothing really to look into.
No, it's one of those things where
Thank you, Wi-Fi, for screwing up.
It's one of those things where if you're a proper scientist, you'd probably know a little bit more about it. But I think that's probably about all we have time for this episode. Well, we have time for more, but don't want to keep it too long.
Okay, my one.
I think Llama's cutting in and out, so I'm going to wrap up. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, evening, and I'll let Llama finish it because he's joined again.
Hello. My Wi-Fi cut out, so I have no idea what Sparrow just said. I hope it was good. You better not have let me down. Did you let me down?
We're finishing up the episode, Llama. Finish it. Nope, he's gone. Do all the YouTube things, like, comment, share, subscribe, do a little mishmash, and we'll see you next week. Goodbye.